Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. Remember, yes, you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another video of the Let's Talk Abs with the hockey coach, your coach FRENCHY for the Hockey Nation Live Show. Today, we're going to talk about what I know already, happening for the Montreal Canadiens during the off season. From the plan of Ken Hughes and Jeff Gordon, I'm going to sharing what is going happening. So don't go nowhere. But before we start, please don't forget to click on the likes. If you're not leave, subscribe, sharing this video, and tell me what do you think about my prediction of the Montreal Canadiens. So let's dive in, talking about the first thing I want to share with you. Let's go to get the graphic for you. What are the next move for Jeff Gordon and Ken Hughes? And the first thing, we're going to split this in 6 sections. First, the Martin Saint-Louis contract. Second, drop salary cap. 3, carry price. 4th, the NHL draft. 5th, the UFA signature. 6th, the development of players. So that's all is going happening for the Montreal Canadiens. What they need to make a solid plan or a solid structure and organize those areas to have a better team for the upcoming season. First of all, Martin Saint-Louis contract. So the MSL, we do an abbreviation for Martin Saint-Louis. The Habs need to remove the tag of the interim for have a contract extension for Martin Saint-Louis. Now, how much money in the years? For me, I think he's going to get about 3 years, about around $4 million. That's what will be my prediction about Martin Saint-Louis. What Martin Saint-Louis bring to the Montreal Canadiens, and what is the strength of Martin Saint-Louis? First of all, he's an Hall of Famer as a hockey player. So what he bring is reputation. He was in the past a couple of players play already for the Montreal. He was their idol, like Cole Caulfield example. He watched Martin Saint-Louis many times. The fact to have him as a coach is pretty interesting. It's pretty amazing. He's a motivator by his communicator. So we talk about coach. The way he talk, the way he think, the way he knows, he can communicate with the players, how they are thinking, how they are feeling on different scenario or what's going on the ice and off ice. He have a experience to teach the kid what he should do on the ice, because honestly, he did it. He did it with his fun way, like a normal guy got drafted. He never be drafted. He got cut for the Calgary Flame. He went to with the Tampa Bay Lightning. And then he have an amazing, great career, because you have a mindset of never give up. You have a mindset of perseverance. You have a mindset of passion about the game. You have a mindset of dedication about the game. So all together, that's make him a great motivator behind the bench. His experience as an ex-player bring to him to be a great coach. He been there. He saw it. He feel it. And the most important things, he love it. And so he can share those kind of moments with everybody, as a group, as a team, and as he do it with individual players. The way he talk before the game, his speech between period, everything like that. He bring and he want a new culture for the Montreal Canadiens with the same concept with Martin Saint-Louis, with Ken Hughes and Jeff Gordon. He loved the positivity. He loved the team building. He loved to be all in as a group, from the staff, from the people clean up the locker room to the owners, Jeff Molson. He want everybody, whatever is your job, feel they have a part of this mission of the Montreal Canadiens. That's how is Martin Saint-Louis. That's the reason sooner is going to be better for the Montreal Canadiens sign Martin Saint-Louis. Let's move on to the next prediction, or the Montreal should do. Drop salary cap. Montreal have about $90 million salary cap. That's including Shea Weber. That's including Carey Price. And since the beginning of the year, they have a lot of injuries. They cannot carry on a kind of money over a cap for years. So they have to find a way to drop that money, at least at 10, 12, 15 million dollars. And he started first with the salary of Shea Weber, about $8 million. We know he's going to be never going to be play hockey in NHL. So that's the first thing. So why not coach? He's retired because he cannot withstand this front problem with the contract with the Nashville Predator, the trade Marc Bergevin did. And I want to go deep with that part over there. At that moment, he cannot be retired. The NHL will not accept that, and he's going to have a conflict with the Nashville Predator. So the best way for Shea Weber and Montreal Canadiens is to trade that contract for a team want to patch up the minimum salary cap. Example, the Arizona Coyotes. Is it something they can do? I'm not sure. That they have to pay the price for that? Possible. So they have to give maybe a draft pick with Shea Weber to get out the $8 million on salary cap. That's possibility number one. The second possibility, well, what I'm thinking, they have to drop some salary, but drop some players. The first one coming to my mind is Jeff Petrie. Carry on at $6.25 million. All right, coach, money is out. But it's not about only the money for the Montreal Canadiens with Jeff Petrie. It's more about the fact he does not want to play in Montreal, the fact he does not want to play in Canada. That's the first thing. And to please him and for the benefit for everybody, the organization, and for him, for his family, I think it's time for Jeff Petrie to move out. Now, how are they going to do it? What are they going to betray? This is not the purpose of that video today. I want to make a plan here to be sure the Montreal need to get out Petrie. That's a $6.25 million out of the salary cap. That dropped about 82. Now, you have Gallagher, you have Hoffman, you have Armia, you have Biron. Those four players right there, they need to drop at least one or two of them out by trade. We know what Gallagher did. I know what Gallagher is. I know what the fans love about Gallagher every time. Is it the next one? Is it Hoffman? Is it Amir Biron? I don't know. But they have to, a must, to trade one of the four right there. Armia Biron, honestly, Biron played with an injury. He's 33 years old, he's going to be, and he's still carrying on for one more year, 3.4. Armia is still have 3 years at $3.4 million. And he has what, 5-6 goals so far, play at the bottom. It's a lot expensive for what he brings on the ice. Mike Hoffman, his expectation was high at 25, 30 goals, like everybody in the team. But I'm not talking about his goal. I'm talking about the body language. I'm talking about what he does on the ice. I feel like the image or the new direction Montreal want to play, a team with speed, right, with skill, and to be a team where they transition quicker, faster, better, a better zone coverage, a man-to-man. I feel at that moment or during his career right now, Mike Hoffman does not correspond with the Montreal Canadiens. That's my how I see Mike Hoffman. I don't see him with the Montreal Canadiens. Finally, the Brendan Gallagher. It's a lot of money to have players right now. I feel like Gallagher cannot be in the top 6 anymore. Sadly, that's all those kind of money you see on the table right now on this graphic. It's all gave by Marc Bergevin. We cannot live in the past. We have to move on forward. So Gallagher is a problem at long term. Can he get the right time right now with maybe he have some desire by or other team to want Gallagher? I'm not sure. But that's some players have to get out. The goal of this purpose of this drop salary is a minimum at $12 million, possible $15 million. That would be the best scenario for the Montreal Canadiens. We'll see how they can do that. Number 3, Carey Price. First of all, he's back, and we are great and happy to see the number 31 back between the pipe for the Montreal Canadiens. Here's his first priority, his health, physically, his knee. Second, his mindset, his health, of his mental, how he feel about the game, how he feel as a human being, how he feel as a father, how he feel as a husband, how he feel, the most important, as a human being. So far, what we heard from him since he's back, both of this is great. The Montreal Canadiens have a lot of respect for Carey Price. So at the end of the day, the decision coming from Carey Price. What he decide, that's what Montreal is going to figure out what is the best for Montreal after his decision. How he going to deal? Do he want to stay Carey Price? Do he want to get trade Carey Price? And that decision impact other decision. And the next one is Jake Allen. So that's Montreal Canadiens have to figure out. I will say to you, for the best of Montreal at that moment is maybe to have both of them with the Montreal Canadiens. Now, if Jake Allen, at some point, he will have to be traded if Carey Price wants to stay with the Montreal for the next 3 years. That decision from Carey Price not only for 1 year. You have to be sure for the Montreal is a plan of 3 years. Now, if you decide to be traded, Montreal can get a couple of good assets. Now, they can keep money at some point. I don't want to take what is the value of Carey Price today. I want to talk about what's the plan for the Montreal Canadiens as a goaltender. The next one I want to talk about is the NHL draft. They have 14 picks. The draft NHL is in Montreal. They have 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, 3 third-round picks, 4-round picks, right? Then they have 1 5th and 6th and 2 7th. They have some draft pick they can trade to go lower. The draft is solid. They have the pick number 1 to 5, I believe, if the standing start today or the end of seasons today. They're going to be one of the top 4. Their second pick is going to be between 26 to 32. That's done deal. And then they have the first second round pick is going to be before 35. So they have 3 picks and the first 335 picks in NHL. 3 important picks, to be honest with you, to put that team back on the map. Now, Montreal is not going to be the top 20 best team next season. All those major impact decisions are going to influence what's going to be next season. We're not going to predict out what's going to be next season. I predict what the kind of move they should do, use and get and Gordon. Now, I don't want to go deeper about the draft, but I believe with 14 draft pick, they should trade maybe 1 or 2 of them to get a bit lower. Example, trade 1/3 with maybe 4th and drop a little bit lower, maybe 2nd. Some kind of trade they should do during the NHL draft. What are my players? I will give you 3 names here I'm looking for. I'm looking for Shane Wright, I'm looking for Logan Cooley, and I'm looking for Stefanski. If they go with defensemen, I'm looking for Nemec or Jiricek. That's it, that's all. I know what Savoie is, I know Kiki is, I know where other players, Lambert and Kemel and everything. I'm just giving you my first 4 picks right there. Wright, Stefanski, Cooley, and Nemec or Jiricek. That's it, that's all. Let's move on to the next one over there. The UFA signature depends. When you talk about coach, you should read everything. It's what the Montreal is going to do with the drop salary money cap. How much money they can trade, they can get, open up to sign players. That's the first thing. The second thing, what kind of retool they're looking for. I know they don't like the tools, the words retool, rebuild, whatever it is, transition, transformation. Put the words you want to. But here's the point. What they're going to missing is the right defenseman they miss right now. I believe they miss another good winger and a center. Yeah, but yeah, they were racked. They have Zuski. I feel like they should bring a player center, a middle first, middle second center. I think if they can get that kind of players, that we're helping them. A top 6 player winger they need at some point. All depends who they draft. It's another major other direction of the UFA. I understand that. But the right defenseman and the player just mentioned position-wise should be the targeting of UFA. That's it, that's all. I'm not talking about the depth of the defenseman, 4, 5, 6 defensemen. I'm not talking about a player at their depth position. I think both areas are set up properly. But right now, I think they feel they should get a top 2 right defenseman. That's my first priority. And then after that, a center number 2 with a top winger. One of the 2 positions I'm talking about, that's the targeting of the Montreal Canadiens. If they can, if they drop salary cap, that's what I predict for the Montreal Canadiens for Hughes and Gordon. Finally, I finished with that one over them about development. They hire a couple of people on the staff for the scout and also for coaches, for development players. They hire a video guy. They want to develop the player properly, to give all the tools the player need on individual players to increase their chance to reach the potential to play an NHL player one day. It starts with individual players teaching, developing, all right? Show them and give them all the tools I just mentioned to you. Secondly, the LAVAL Rockets. It starts there. The mindset of they become a real professional players. Teaching them the winning culture. Teaching them what all it they need. And then teaching them to become a professional hockey player off ice, on ice. They have all those kind of player, personal teaching now, coaching for them. It's a time to teaching them properly. It starts also with a young team at the Laval Rocket. The Montreal, for the last 3 years, they dropped a bunch of players at young age. I'm talking about less of 24 years old. You know who they are, the Mezak, the Ilonen, the RV Pinard, and I can go the Eneman now they have, and then the defenseman, the Nonelander, the Cooley, the Harris they got right now, and the Justin Barron they got, and I can go all the way. So the Montreal have to make a lot of their priorities on development players if they want to get. And that will be way they can look at. Of course, you forget players. I understand that the Hua, the Simoneau, the Ridley, the Kapanen, and I can go that way. It's not my purpose. My purpose to tell you at the end of this video, development, development, development. Let's go back to the front here. Because I want to talk to you, fan, in front of me. Like me, you love the Montreal Canadiens. You love them. You don't like to be at the bottom of the bottom. You scratch your head and thinking, oh my God, we are negative many times. I'm the one, I'm sometimes negative. But I want to remind you to be patient today for the next 18, 24, 36 months. I know it's going to hurt. I know we want to win. I understand that. But we need to develop properly. We need to make that team better. But it takes time. And with time comes patience. It's not easy as a fans. So I ask you, please, be patient with all together, with their staff, with the management, with the players, with everybody. We are all one family. That team and us, the fans. And let's be patient for the next 36 months. Whatever happens next year, let's draft again better. They still have 2 first-round picks next year. Then the fruit of this patience will bring us one of the top best 10 teams in NHL in the 3 to next 5 years. This is my plan for the summer for the Ken Hughes and Jeff Gordon. We'll see how they're going to react. We'll see if they're going to listen to me. I don't think so, but I want to share with you, and I want to remind you, yes, you have greatness inside of you. Have an amazing, great day, everybody. Look forward to see you for the next video with the Hockey Coach Guru, Coach FRENCHY for the Hockey Nation Live Show. Here was another video for the Let's Talk HABS series.